Welcome back to Echoes of Egypt. So congratulations, you've made it to Egypt. Now you're visiting the Egyptian Museum. You're walking around the museum to see the different monuments of one of the oldest civilizations of the world. Then you're walking to see the statues of the different Egyptian kings. Then you came across this statue that looks quite different and weird as compared to the other statues. So the statue is about 5 meters, and the king has like thin face and also thin arms, has quite big thighs, and also has a small belly. Then you're wondering and asking yourself, why? Why does he look so different as compared to the other statues? Actually, this is the statue of one of the most important and controversial kings of Egypt. So today we're going to know more about this king. His name is Akhenaton or Akhenaton. So we didn't know anything about him till the 19th century. We're going to know more about him in this episode. So Akhenaton actually was not his original name. His original name was Omar Khairat the Fourth. He had 4 sisters and 1 older brother, and he came into power in 1350s BC. So during the first 4 years of his reign, he started building things in the same traditional way as the older kings used to do. And he married the beautiful Nefertiti, which is actually believed to be a commoner. And so far, nothing changed. There's no action or nothing new happened. But then, by the end of the 5th year of his reign, things start to go upside down. So the first thing he did is changing his name from Amenhotep IV to Akhenaton. So what? It's not a big deal. Actually, it is a big deal because names in ancient Egypt have great political and religious significance. So for example, Amenhotep means Amun is satisfied, referring to God Amun. But Akhenaton means effective for Atun, referring to God Atun, which is the disk of the sun. So not only he changed his name, but also he started building new temples in Thebes, which was the capital of Egypt at the time. Now it's the city of Luxor. So these temples were completely devoted to the worship of Atun, and also had a different architecture in terms of being open air and also many other differences. So the temples of the other gods were either completely closed or had zero financial support from the king. So after that, he changed the capital of Egypt from Thebes to another place in Tell el-Amarna and called it Akhenaton. There he created a city that's completely devoted to the worship of Atun and Atun only. So actually researchers find him more of a religious leader than a political person. And it's seen that he's the first person in history to believe in or worship only one god, introducing monotheism. So the changes that Akhenaton made are very obvious in arts. So for 3,000 years, the art in Egypt was almost the same, and the changes started to take place with Akhenaton. So we can see in this picture, for example, that Akhenaton is sitting casually with his wife Nefertiti and his daughters. They're having a nice time. He's trying to kiss one of his daughters. And all of this is happening under the rays of Atun. So these humanistic traits actually never appeared in art before Akhenaton. So this brings us to the first statue that we have seen in this episode. So there are actually many controversies whether actually this was the original shape of Akhenaton and maybe he has some condition or a disease, or it was just artistic exaggeration. So Akhenaton died after being in power for 17 years. The sarcophagus or the stone coffin that's believed to be his was found broken, probably intentionally. So after his death, his temple was destroyed. His son Tutankhamun changed his name to Tutankhamun. Moreover, he was completely removed from all the official lists of the kings of Egypt. Horemheb, a later king, tried to remove any traces of him in history. And we only knew about him in the 19th century after the discovery of his city in Tell el-Amarna. Akhenaton was probably a great thinker and a controversial king in history who was bold enough to move against the traditions of his ancestors. That's why they tried to erase him from history. But luckily, now we know about him. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe.